Hello, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favorite books, some book recommendations, all with the topics of self-growth, spirituality, healing, manifestation, everything under that realm. These books have honestly helped me so much on my journey, and they've changed my perspectives on so many things in life, and they've just awakened me to things within myself that I wasn't even aware of. And just a quick disclaimer, always listen to your own intuition and what resonates. These are just simply suggestions, and these books are great tools, but you have so much knowledge and wisdom and answers within you. And if anything, these books just allow you to see those aspects of yourself a little more. But with that being said, let's get into the books. So the first book that I want to talk about is You Can Heal Your Life by louisehay. Some of you guys might have heard of this book, some of you guys might have not, but this is one of my favorite books by one of my favorite authors, and she has transitioned. She is no longer with us. Her physical form is no longer with us, but clearly her words still live on. This book is just really great if you are kind of just getting into healing. You might not know really what it is, what do you do, all of that, because I know healing is now like a new buzzword on the internet and people talk about it a lot, but a lot of people are not understanding really what it is and how you go about it. And I think this is a very great book for those who are just beginning. In this book, she talks about looking at your past and the experiences, maybe the traumas you've been through, and seeing how they affect the way that you show up today, the way that you see life, how they affect the way you see yourself and the way you talk to yourself, your self-talk, and the people that you may keep on attracting into your life. And I feel like the core of this book is really just self-love and self-healing. And the title is very self-explanatory. You can heal your life. That's basically the message. And if you're ready to make some real changes, to look at things in your life and make some shifts, or at least work towards making positive change, then this is the book for you. She also talks about using affirmations for self-love and for healing and to reprogram your mind. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think louisehay was like the pioneer of positive affirmations. But anyways, if you are ready to dive deep into your life and into yourself, then I 100% recommend this book. So the next book that I have is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of this book, but I just had to put it in here in case any of you guys haven't. This is like a staple in the realm of spirituality, self-growth, manifestation, all of that. This book is very simple and well put. It's not like these complex 7 spiritual laws with like intricate wording and all of that. Like, it's a very easy and short read. It's like 112 pages. So yeah, it's very easy to understand, like I had said, and I'm gonna read you guys what it says right here because I feel like this sums it up perfectly. It says, in the 7 spiritual laws of success, Deepak Chopra offers a life-altering perspective on the attainment of success. Once we understand our true nature and learn to live in harmony with natural law, a sense of well-being, good health, fulfilling relationships, energy and enthusiasm for life, and material abundance will spring forth easily and effortlessly. So yeah, that's a perfect way to put it. And if you are a little more new to these topics, then this book is perfect for you. So next I have Ask and It Is Given. This is my favorite book under the topic of spirituality and manifestation. And this book explains manifestation perfectly. I was gonna say almost perfectly, but it pretty much nailed it. Like, it pretty much explains it perfectly. And this is by Esther and Jerry Hicks in the Teachings of Abraham. Like I said, this book is pretty much all about manifestation, and this book is like a little more complex. It's not completely impossible to understand. Like, I'm sure you guys would get it, but if you're a little more new to this topic of manifestation and that whole world, then I would not recommend starting out with this book. I'd maybe read a few books before and then read this book. And that's honestly what I did, and I feel like that really helped me grasp it. If I had read this first, this was like my first book I ever read, I would have not understood it as much as I understood it when I actually read it, because at the time that I did, I was beginning to understand this stuff a little more, and I have highlighted so many things in this book. Let me find it. I just have found so much valuable information in this book, and I honestly find myself rereading it. I'll like pick it up sometimes and open to a specific page, or sometimes I'll reread it from the beginning. But I just think this book is very important and I feel that everybody should read it at some point in their life. The next book I want to share is The Power of Now. This is also another staple in the world of spirituality, and this book is by Eckhart Tolle or Eckharttolle. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. But this book is about presence and being in the present moment. And he also talks about like the ego and what it really is, detaching from it when needed, non-attachment, topics like that. And what I love the most about this book is kind of like the way it's formatted. Like usually before he'll dive deep into a topic, before the paragraph, he'll have a question. And the question will usually be something that you're thinking. Like let's say he explained something in a previous paragraph and then a question arises, you're like, wait, how does that? And then you actually see the question on the page and then he answers it. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you're curious, then get this book. The next book I have is Being Peace by Thich Nhat Hanh, and this book just holds a special place in my heart. It's very simple and short, and for it being so short, he really says a lot, and I think that this is just proof that you don't need to do so much to get your message across. As you can tell, this book is about peace, not only bringing peace to yourself, but bringing peace into the world, which ultimately starts within yourself. And this book will just have you reevaluating and reflecting on a lot in life. Thich Nhat Hanh was a Buddhist monk, so if you're interested in Buddhism or any Buddhist principles, then this is definitely a great read. And he also just puts so many great poems in here, and it's just very beautifully written. And no matter where you are in your journey, if you are just beginning or if you have read so many books like this, I still definitely would recommend this book. And yeah. Next, I have The Vortex by Esther and Hicks, again, some of my favorite authors. And right here it says, where the law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships. So this book is basically about navigating all relationships. The relationship you have with yourself, which is the most important. Relationships that you have with your family, your friends, romantic relationships, all of that. I think one of the most important and like prominent things in life is relating to others and creating healthy relationships, and also learning to deal with all people and all different opinions. So if you struggle with that, then I definitely recommend this book. Even if you don't struggle with it and you have such great relationships in your life and you have your nice circle of people, you have perfect relationship with your family, yourself, I still think this is a great read. It may remind you of some things you've forgotten, and there's just a lot of good things to take in. So this next book I have is Lessons by Gisele Bundchen, and I know you're probably thinking that this book is like the odd one out with all the other books, but trust me, it fits right in. I'm sure most of you know who Gisele Bundchen is. She's a very famous supermodel, and this book is about her life, but it's not so much about her modeling career, it's about each lesson she's learned, and I think that she's just a very wise and grounded woman. She talks about her connection with nature and doing yoga, and also all the lessons she learned while she was modeling and traveling. And when I read this book, it just felt like a breath of fresh air. It felt like warmth. I don't know, I just think the energy behind this book is very, very pure, and it's just a great read. So if you are curious and interested in her story, then pick this book up and let me know what you think. This book that I have is a fun one. This is Dreams by Carr, How to Connect with Your Dreams to Enrich Your Life. So obviously this book is about dreams and different messages that we may receive in our dreams. I believe that a lot of the time we receive messages, whether it's through symbols or literally direct guidance within our dreams. And some dreams are just kind of random and might not have any meaning, but there's a lot that do, and this book can help you decipher the meanings of your dreams and what symbols may mean. This book also talks about lucid dreaming and how to do that if you've never done it before, if you're not really familiar with that. So it gets into like the mystical side of things, which I love. But yeah, if you're interested in dreams and dream messages, dream symbols, lucid dreaming, everything in that world, then definitely read this book. Another book that I don't have with me physically, but I wanted to mention in this video, is The Celestine Prophecy. That book literally kickstarted my whole journey. It was the first like spiritual book that I ever read, and it's not even a self-help book, it's a fiction book. But the 9 insights that are within the book are just so wise and spiritual. And if there is any book from what I mentioned today that you read first, read The Celestine Prophecy. I might be a little biased because that was like the first spiritual book I read, but it's like a gentle awakening. Like you can apply the 9 insights that are mentioned in the book to your life and you'll begin to see positive change. And it's not like the book was screaming at you to do that. You're literally following the main character on his journey and you learn with him, which is why I think it's more gentle and less of like someone kind of telling you to change. You're like, he's changing, he's learning. Maybe I could apply this, you know? Basically, it's just such a great book and definitely one of my favorites. So that's it for this video and the books that I recommend. I hope you guys enjoyed this and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and leave a like on this video and comment whatever's on your heart. I hope you guys are doing well and I'll see you guys in a video soon.